Hey guys! Today we're making this miniature goldfish garden pond in some buckets or tubs. Really hope you'll enjoy. First we're going to be making the middle bucket, and for this I just cut a piece of cardstock, glued together the two end pieces, glued that onto a new piece of cardstock and cut it out. I added strips of cardstock for detail, and then for the handles I just used wire and cardstock as well. Lastly, I just painted it using silver colored alcohol ink and watered down black acrylic paint. For the details on the inside, I first added some glue, then some sand and preserved moss, and finally you want to make sure to seal the entire inside with glaze. Mix some resin for the first layer and pour this in, then set it aside to thicken. While the resin sets a bit, you can start sculpting the goldfish. I used white mixed with translucent for the body and translucent clay for the fins. And to be able to sculpt both sides of the fish, you can either put it on top of a strip of metal or your blade. After baking, I used soft pastel and Pearl X pigments to color them. I applied these with a wet brush and sealed it with glaze in between the layers. Now you can add the first fish to the pond, then mix and pour on some more resin. And once set, I added the remaining fish, poured on some more resin and set it aside. To make the water lilies, I cut circles out of thin sheets of clay, cut off a small kind of pizza slice, and then added details using a silicone tool and a pointed dotting tool. Before baking, you want to curl up the edges a bit, and then after baking you can add some details using acrylic paint. And to make the grass looking stuff, I just painted some paper using watercolors and cut some thin strips using scissors. And once the resin has thickened, you can add this as well as some moss to the pond. To make the wooden buckets, I just cut the pieces from a thin sheet of wood that I got at a miniature shop, but if you don't have this, you can also use popsicle sticks and just sand them so that they're slightly narrower at the bottom. I did sand the edges to kind of slant them a bit before gluing the pieces together, and then after doing that, I added a bottom piece, used glue to close up any gaps, and then I added strips of paper to the outside just like with the first bucket. And then to stain it, I just used watered down brown acrylic paint. For the large bucket, I added some tin foil, followed by glue and sand. I then put the smaller bucket on top, mixed up some more resin, and then to make it look like the water is flowing from the bucket to the pond, I just added some cling film and then coated that in resin. Finally, once the resin has almost set, you can use a toothpick or something similar to just give it a tiny bit of texture, and you're done.